In this tutorial, we would like to show you how you can work with the Empower library and easily search and find all the contents you need in order to efficiently create your presentation or slides. So we will take a look at how to find presentations, slides, or elements and choose the correct language. We use the Empower version 9.2. Starting off with navigating to the Empower library via the Empower ribbon and the group Start, we click on the button Library to open up the full view. Before going into detail, let's take a look at on how this window is structured. On the left-hand side, we see all the available sections in the library. Right on top, we have your favorites. The favorites is your specific place where you can easily add all the contents coming from all the sections below that you use in a day-to-day business and frequently need. If you start working with Empower after having it installed on your device, this section will always be empty. We also have the company library. The company library might contain a lot of useful slides or whole presentations that have been prepared from your Empower administrators, ready for you to use with final contents, and they are always being up to date and kept aligned with the brand that is available in your company. Your Empower administrators look for these contents and check them frequently. So if you are missing any content here, or if you need to adapt certain information, please reach out to your Empower administrators, since you will not be able to add or edit any content here. We have the user library here as well, and this is empty except for the folder My Content in the beginning as well. This is your personal space. If this is activated in your company, it might not be, depending on the decisions that have been made. But here you can normally store the content that you are working with or that you have already created and want to look back at. If you are collaborating with colleagues, there might also be a Shared With Me folder. You can check out our tutorial on the permission concept in the Empower library to take a closer look at on how to collaborate with colleagues. At the bottom, we have the corporate design templates, which is also being administered by your Empower administrators. And you can see by the icons that are listed here, all the different types of content that is stored here for you, that serves as a creative pool for you to further customize content in your presentations. For example, we have chart templates or table templates, some useful text elements. We might also have icons and images available. If you are working as an Empower administrator, you might also be able to access the Empower elements here and check the agenda templates. We also have some images and icons stored here, and the master templates, as well as some slide templates. So these are the 4 sections that should normally be available in your company. With the disclaimer on the user library we already had, and we can directly search through all the available content in this full window view. We have a search bar right here where we can type in any keyword that we might need. I will do so and just search for Empower to start off with. And what we can see right now is A, all the categories that are available in the search in Empower, and B, checking the information right next to the search bar, what we are currently looking for. Let's have a look at the categories at first. We can check the name of the content of the element that is stored, as well as some tags if your elements have been tagged by your Empower administrators. We can also look for the heading on a slide, for example, or the content on a slide, which would be the body. We can check the information in the notes that might be available as well, and the footer if there is one on the slides, and we can check who had initially been uploading this content, which of your administrators it was, or if there is an editor that had overwritten the content after it had been initially created. We can deselect certain elements just by clicking on the cross symbol here, and we see that the contents already changed, and we can thus further specialize our search and check if we find the correct file or element we need. In addition to the categories we can use for searching, we can also decide if we want to check for all items, the current library, which in this case would be the corporate design templates, all subfolders, or the current folder that we are looking at. An example would be, for example, if I'm in my company library in the Getting Started folder, and I would just make sure that I'm using this folder for my search. I could check current folder. In this case, only one element is stored here in this folder, but we could ensure that this is the one we initiate our search in. So this is a good start when searching for content. We can also select a language we want to look out for. If we want to do so, we click on the globe here and see all available languages in the library that have been preset in your company. For example, if I would select German here, we see that the filter did not encounter any results because the slide that is stored in the Getting Started folder is in English. So if I deselect this language here, or if I even would select English, my result will stay the same, and the preview would give an outlook as to what I've found here. In addition to the language and the normal search, we can also filter for specific content. So if we go back to the corporate design templates and navigate and deselect our language, it will always stay selected as long as we do not revoke our setting. We can navigate to the filter here and search for slides, for example. In the current folder would not make any sense, so we see check for all items here and then search for Empower, for example. We see that the results that come in now are only slides, and the small number next to the filter indicates how many filters are currently active. It would be the same as for the languages, so as long as we do not deselect the filter, it will still stay the same. And as we see now here, we deselect the filter and see that also images are found, or for example in icon. So these are the ways to search for elements in the library and even select the language if there are some languages set for your library elements by your Empower administrators. And once we've found certain elements, of course, we could select multiple ones in the library and insert them directly into our presentation by clicking the button Insert right at the bottom. Before going into detail what the version history is, which can also be useful for all the administrators among you, we can also take a little more insight in the navigation bar if we extend it here. We saw a couple of features already, and in the group layout we can also change how the elements are displayed here, and we can also add them to the favorites. Getting back to my folder Getting Started, if I execute a right click on the slide that is added to this folder, I can navigate to the version history and check all the versions that are available for this specific slide. And we can see that this slide has been uploaded quite a few times, and we can also see who uploaded the slide in the first place and when. And this is especially useful for all the administrators, because if you have mistakenly overwritten a content, for example, you can go back to the version history and restore a version, for example, that has been uploaded a month ago by simply selecting this version and click compare or insert. In my case, I do not have the changing permission here in this folder, so a specific permission level is needed to being able to restore a version that is displayed in version history. So for more detail, please check our tutorial permission concepts in the Empower library. So this was a quick overview on how the Empower library is structured and can be searched for contents. To sum up, we also have the option to search for languages, filter for specific element types, and insert them after they have been found directly into our presentation. We can also use the quick access pane, maybe this is a good information at the end, to search for specific language files as well. We have the globe here available here, and we can search via our search bar, having a similar result as to when navigating to the full view of the library and directly searching for content there. Now it's your turn. Try out the features that are available in the Empower library to search and find all the content you need to create presentations and slides in a time-saving way. For more information on Empower, please check our other tutorials.